Hey guys, it's Postbox Pat. Welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be talking about the road trip skin coming into Fortnite Battle Royale. So as you guys know, there has been a bunch of leaks around this skin recently. I've talked a little bit about it with the Wailing Woods bunker, and I've got an entirely new video dropping on that tomorrow, which is my birthday tomorrow, which is going to be absolutely awesome. But before we dig too deep, my merch is dropping on my birthday tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely awesome. It's the channel logo, like a remix of Funkops. It's going to be absolutely awesome to bring this out for you guys. I am buzzing for it, and I hope you guys are too. I can't wait for it to drop. So that is dropping tomorrow morning for you guys. That's going to be absolutely insane. I'll be putting a video out for you guys on that, so stay tuned for that. It's dropping on the channel very soon, tomorrow on my birthday. Anyway, let's get into the video talking about how this skin looks a little bit like the Cloak Star from Save the World. Now, it's not 100% confirmed, but it is kind of a leaked information about it because it could relate to the road trip skin. We're going to discuss this topic, go over it a little bit, talk about why this possibly could happen and why it may not happen. So this skin itself was actually leaked to be the Blockbuster skin last season. The skin itself appeared in the Save the World storyline as just a random survivor helping out basically what was going on with the event of the meteorite, and he joined the team and he was a pretty cool character. Now, what makes this guy very interesting and something that I really do like about the storyline is he is different to the other characters. He actually looks different. He's got a cloaked face. We don't exactly know who he is. Obviously, it's based off a standard ninja skin, but the reason I believe it possibly could be on this line of design coming in is because it looks very similar to the road trip, like, hidden figure, should I say, with the question mark. So if you take a little look at it right now, you can see that this looks very similar to this, like, the Cloak Star skin, which is absolutely awesome. So potentially it could be on the lines of being this skin. It may, or most likely, will have a hood over its head. It looks very similar to Omen as well. So this sort of skin could possibly be a potential for it. Now, this skin itself is an amazing skin in Save the World and doesn't really play too much of a big part in the storyline. It has a Fan of Stars ability. It's a really cool, like, skin to use generally in Save the World. If you haven't already got it, unfortunately you can't get it anymore, but if you do have it and you manage to get it in Save the World, its second ability there, Fan of Stars, is an awesome ability to equip if you play as ninjas a lot. Now, I'm going to be doing a bit more Save the World content on the channel. I know a lot of you guys have been interested recently in story mode and tips and tricks. So when I say story mode, I just mean like the storyline for Fortnite Battle Royale, and loads of you guys have been interacting on my videos for that. So I'm going to cover as much as I can relating to leaked storyline information and storyline information that's real as well. Obviously, the leaked storyline information is just as fun to cover as the like the true storyline, which is currently going on. So they're the things I like to cover on my channel a lot. So they're going to be like the main content at this moment in time. Also, tips and tricks around that. Any major leaks I'll cover on the channel, but small little leaks I'll just push to the side for now, because obviously the leaks are good, but small little leaks, not many people seem to be interested in that at the moment. So we'll push more to the storyline. And I've also got some Save the World, like, truths about it, talking about why Save the World is a little bit misleading online. We'll get into that later in another video. But yeah, let's keep going on to this and talking a little bit about the Cloak Star. The Cloak Star itself is an awesome skin, like I was saying, but it doesn't seem to me to be like the road trip. An interesting thing to look at is the actual road trip quests in the Horde mode. Now, the Horde mode itself is simply just surviving an entire horde of waves. Now, what's interesting about the Horde mode is it's got a page and it is called Road Trip. So this Horde mode must be leading somewhere. Now, we can check out the Horde mode skins. Most likely are not going to be the Road Trip skin, but let's take a little look at the heroes that you can gain access from this Horde mode. So in the Horde mode, you could gain access to these new skins, which possibly could hint the Road Trip. Personally, I don't feel like any of these are going to be the road trip skin, but you never know. The builders and stuff don't usually get a place in it, neither do the assassins usually, because obviously their structure for their skin is a little bit different. The ninjas are very thin, whereas the standard Fortnite skin is like medium texture type thing, so the ninjas just look extremely different to the normal stuff. Outlanders here we've got, so we've got all these different type of characters, and it's interesting to see all these sort of people. So that potentially is sort of kind of the feel the actual skin is going to be like for the road trip skin. Just imagine a hood over the skin potentially could be what it's going to be like. Just imagine that, guys. It could be pretty cool to be the road trip skins, something like this. So this is the sort of thing we can expect the road trip skin to appear or be like, but it's going to have something to do with Save the World. It's definitely going to play a big part in it. It's going to be interesting to see exactly what's going on. I'm just not 100% sure how we can expect something like this to take a big part within Fortnite Battle Royale, but I definitely can see it coming into Battle Royale, not Battle Royale, Save the World as well. We didn't get the Blockbuster skin actually in Save the World, but we did get a lot of stuff on the quest line, and this week we're probably going to see the Blockbuster being leaked even maybe tomorrow. But Wailing Woods bunker stuff, I've got some amazing information for that as well, dropping very soon for you guys. Some real information on it, which is going to be really cool, some leak files. But let's pop into Battle Royale and talk a little bit more how the guy could actually play a big part in the storyline. Now, personally, I don't own any of the leaked, should I say, like loading screens, but the loading screens to me don't really show too much relating to this Blockbuster skin. I'll put a few of them on screen right now for you guys. As you can see, it's following Drift's storyline, and the idea of these loading screens kind of just come up with different concepts for Drift and just basically upgrading him throughout the entire time. But the one thing that's missing is Ragnarok. And as we all know, if I go on my battle pass, Ragnarok itself has the ability to upgrade. Now, what's interesting is he upgrades, and suddenly he loses his face and gains this huge mask. Now, that mask itself, to me, feels maybe like something bad's happened to him. His eyes start glowing and he turns bad. Maybe something to do with Ragnarok could have a big play in the storyline on the new skin dropping very soon. Potentially the road trip skin could have a big place with Ragnarok, and in the next screenshot, for example week 7 and week 8, we could see Ragnarok and road trip teaming together to defeat Rift and have something major to do with the Wailing Woods bunker, and also have something major to do with the upcoming map changes. You take a little look at the last skins that we had last season. We go down and we look the Visitor. It's nothing related to the Blockbuster skin. It doesn't show it in the name. It's just kind of there as a skin. The interesting thing is we had the logo. It kind of played a big part in the map. So obviously this Blockbuster skin, or should I say the road trip skin, I always get them mixed up. The road trip skin is going to have something placed in the map. Now personally, I've just not got around to completing the challenges. If you're wondering why I haven't completed the challenges, basically what happens is if I cover the challenges early every time, so I technically do the challenges a day early, and then when the challenges do drop, I just don't have the full motivation to repeat them again straight away. But don't worry about it, guys. As soon as we get to week 7, I'll complete all the challenges and have a video on that. But talking about all the different locations, I still do everything related to the challenges, all the challenges on YouTube and stuff. But I just don't actually complete them for myself. I just lose motivation to do it because I've already done it the day before. If you get what I mean, you probably get where I'm coming from with that. But that's not related to this video. The road trip skin itself is really interesting. It's going to have a different name, the actual skin. Mystery item, we don't know. It's a legendary to be revealed. Obviously, the leaks are going to pop very soon for this. Could even come tomorrow or could come next week sometime. But it's a very major item, and it's really going to show a big impact within the Fortnite storyline. Obviously, I only have one of the screenshots for the loading screens, as you guys can see, but it doesn't really matter. I've got them all leaked, and it is probably the most important one because it shows that map there, which could lead to the Wailing Woods bunker or could be leading somewhere that's going to show a big event happening in the game. It's so interesting to see these sort of skins getting major played and major parts in the storyline. A lot of them are pretty basic, and some of them don't see any changes in the storyline. We look at the likes of Omega. He had a big place in the storyline, but it was kind of just a mysterious storyline and didn't really go anywhere at all. You look at the likes of Omen. He had a major impact on the Fortnite storyline. Somewhere he was kind of to do with teaming up with the actual Blockbuster skin itself, which is really awesome. And Omen himself does look very, very similar to that Blockbuster skin logo that we're going to be getting, road trip skin, should I say. So yeah, you can see there we got the Horde, and Omen himself does have that sort of aspect to him. So hopefully it'll have a nice little HUD to it. To me, it feels like it's going to be some sort of cowboy skin. That's what I feel like it's going to be like. When we saw the Blockbuster skin on the loading screen, it didn't really, it did look very, very similar, but looked a bit more spacey than the actual Blockbuster skin itself. It didn't really line up 100%. We couldn't imagine it being like this. So I feel like the actual road trip skin is going to have a different texture to it, a different feel to it. I can't wait for it to drop. It's going to be really interesting. I don't believe personally it's going to be the Save the World one, but because it just doesn't really show much impact with the storyline. When you compare them, both of them, there isn't really much there with the Save the World storyline that links to the actual road trip storyline with this skin. I guess it could work because the skin just appeared out of nowhere. You just rescued him and he appeared, which was really interesting. He appeared at your home base. So generally, I guess he could have a road trip behind him, and the same aspect with the HUD and stuff could see an appearance in a Battle Royale skin. but personally I just don't feel like that's going to be the most likely thing to happen. There are so many skins in Save the World, and they kind of copy the sort of designs from there, and that's what makes me lead to think that the most likely design for one of these is some sort of cowboy Indian type texture. I believe the actual idea of these we could see this sort of face behind a mask of the actual road trip skin if he's got a mask. This feels to me the most likely possibility to me. Obviously these two aren't really possible because they're ninjas and builders, not really likely at all. We've obviously got the or constructor, should I say, for the official name. The assault trooper, again, first shot Rio, maybe it's one of them debatable ones. I just don't know if I can see that happening, but there are all the different options there for the heroes. We've obviously got all the copper weapons. None of them will appear in Battle Royale, and there are so many other heroes in Save the World that we can go over and talk about, but I just don't see them appearing. The interesting thing about Save the World, though, we recently had the Ragnarok skin appear in the actual loading screen. So this itself was an absolute awesome skin and really does show big, kind of not misleading, but really does show and stand out for the Save the World storyline. It shows that Ragnarok itself isn't really having much of an impact on the Save the World storyline, which leads me to think maybe Ragnarok will not show any impact on the Fortnite Battle Royale storyline, meaning that he may not link in at all with the road trip skin. We saw a few other skins last season appear in this item store from the actual, should I say, like the idea of the movie set and stuff like that. We saw a few of them appearing here. I don't believe Omega appeared in here, but I know Carbide, you could actually gain access to him from completing the storyline. I unfortunately didn't do that, so I never got access to Carbide in Save the World. He wasn't a skin I wanted anyway, but the idea of Ragnarok himself appearing here kind of just makes me think, you know, they're going to be avoiding him totally related to the storyline. We obviously have the idea of the army as well popping into the Fortnite map. It's been something major that they've been doing, and he actually has a logo on him which could hint towards the actual storyline. I'm going to be talking more about the logo on this guy and the actual idea of the army and the idea of the bunker in tomorrow's video on my birthday. It's going to be a special one for you guys. I'm buzzing to post it. I'll be posting other videos around these videos as well. Obviously, these are just my main storyline videos coming out. I'm going to bring a few of these out as much as I can now recently. But the logo on this guy here, which is the army guy, whereabouts is he? I think you actually unlock him in the battle pass. Let me go on the battle pass, see if I can find him. Here he is. The logo on his chest could be showing something pretty like major within the storyline. Let's see if we can, if it let me zoom, it's not letting me zoom in on him for some reason. I'm using my right stick. Oh, here we are. We're zooming in on him a little bit. So his logo there on his chest could be something major for the storyline, but we'll have to talk about that in a future video. We just don't know where things are going to be going. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new around here, stick around for daily Fortnite content. I expect these story and theory videos to be coming very soon. I love doing these videos, and I love reading through the comments of your suggestions. So many suggestions are amazing. So many times people put amazing suggestions. So make sure you hit the like button on people's suggestions as well, the ones that you prefer the most. There's so many down there, and I love reading through them. The other day, I spent half an hour reading through my comment section on my leaked, should I say, opening of the bunker. There's so many suggestions about it, and I absolutely loved it. That video will be on screen right now if you want to click it as well. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you are new, stick around for daily Fortnite content. And once again, this is Postbox Pat, signing out.